Today, we are going to an island that looks like a cute island from afar, but where people are being burned alive and cruel experiments are being carried out on sound people for the purpose of curing the insane. The island of Poveglia, located in Italy with its Mediterranean climate, millions of tourists it hosts every year, nightlife, music and cute houses, actually resembles a beautiful holiday resort from afar. When a person sees this island from afar, he gets the feeling of a very nice holiday is made on this island. But the other name of this lovely island is Plague Island. About 160,000 people caught in the plague between 1793 and 1814 have been quarantined on the island of Plague, Italy. You will get more terrible feelings than the scariest movie you have ever watched or a thriller novel that makes you shudder even while turning its pages. The mass graves still found on the Plague Island, although undesirable, add an air of tension to the island. It is said that there are very strange energies here. The Plague Island actually covers a small area. In the Plague Island of Poveglia, which had a very frightening history, where it was hard to tell in words, things were actually going very well. However, tourists and merchants who came to this island by ship from Europe also caused a plague epidemic to come here. The plague has grown to a very serious extent, and the entire island has been quarantined. At that time, all the patients in the surrounding cities and countries that had plague were sent here, and the island literally became a horror movie set. Because there was no cure for plague at that time. Since there was no cure or medication, everyone had to wait for death. In order for you to be brought to the Plague Island, you didn't need to show any clear symptoms either. A fear had surrounded all of humanity, just as it is these days. Any elderly, women and children suspected of being sick were sent to this island regardless of whether they were sick or not and left for dead. People seemed to be left to die in a dungeon. Nobody had anywhere to run. Everyone waited desperately for death on this island. About 160,000 plague patients are waiting for death on this island, and also mental patients have been added to them. Mental patients in Italy and in surrounding countries also began to be sent to this island. On the island, both plague patients and mental patients shared the same fate. And what is done to the patients brought to the island is much scarier than the whole scenarios. According to the information contained in written sources, since there was no advanced medicine, knowledgeable doctors and endless medicine options at that time, people with plague were burned en masse in a large fire. To prevent this recurring disease, cremation has continued for many years, with those caught in the plague being repatriated to this island.